Before everything started to go in a different direction, I had this dream to support my manufacturing career with a higher studies. I had everything mapped out, and suddenly we had to recalibrate ourselves as a family to accommodate all these changes. For the first time, I don't have a plan, and I felt helpless. But then there's no point in feeling all that, because I am definitely getting there. I'm definitely getting where I want to be. I've always been interested in how a machine is made and all the work that goes behind to make that one engine work. So that is when I decided that I wanted to create my career in manufacturing, and I wanted to be in the core process. We had an opportunity to come to Caterpillar for a one-day visit, and that is when my perception of manufacturing completely changed. The moment we came in, took to the shop floor where we saw how the off-highway trucks are made. So for a person who was first seeing the truck, I felt like I am just a small ant in front of a big elephant. After that, we had a connect where a lot of women from manufacturing had come to share their perspective of where they started and where they are now and what does their future look like. And I should definitely say that is something that provided me inspiration, saying, okay, I am someone who is in line with that. I am someone who has the same mindset, and I think this might be the place for me to start my career. When I started, I wanted to be in a team which was pretty inclusive, and I spent my first few months trying to get to know my people of who I'm working with and what is their problem, what is their pain point. And then once I started listening to them and then doing something about their problem, that is when the team started to listen to me back. This is a great place for a woman to work, because you will not get a lot of opportunity like this out in some other company. But when it comes to my office setting, all of my friends were very supportive on the learning aspect as well. And that is something that all of us had a good bond together, and I create some special memories like that. And coming back to my personal life, I needed some kind of a physical activity to keep me motivated, to keep me fresh. So that's when I started taking dance professionally, and I love to dance with my sister. At that point in time, my sister was under a lot of stress in her personal life. She had 1-year-old twins, and she decided to move with them back home to my parents' house. We had to really support each other to get through that. And then one day, my mother, she was working on a night shift. We called her, she didn't pick up. And then the next day she came home, she was acting strange, and we got scared. So we rushed her to hospital, and then they told us my mother suffered a brain stroke. After a while, she got better, but I had to take a break from all my plans. I had to be like, okay, let me just put everything on hold and then see what best I can do to make the situation better at home. I should definitely say the moment I called up my supervisor and then said, hey, my mother fell sick and I'm not sure when I'll be back at work. He said, don't worry about any of this. You just go be with your family. At that time, I had a lot of critical projects going on, and I was not in a mindset to think of any of that. And I had a lot of my team members backing me up and then getting the work done. The only thing that my supervisor asked me whenever we talk is, how was your mom? How are you doing? Do you want any support? It's not easy being in the sidelines and then watching your loved ones suffer. I was just a small kid looking up to my parents, looking at my sister for everything, and suddenly I had to step in and then be like, okay, we will get through that. I think if I am the rock right now, if I want a change to happen, I want to be the person who's being there on the front line and being the change so that it keeps following. I want to be that person who keeps other people motivated. I had my career path mapped out, and then suddenly it's not the same. Suddenly I had to recalibrate everything and then say, okay, anything that I do, now I have to be mindful. Because looking at my mother, looking at my father, looking at my sister, they have been very strong in each of the situation. They never let anything break them down. And I feel you are a product of your surrounding, right? You are a product of what you are growing through. I tell my parents that I want to do something, they'll always be like, go for it. I'm always behind to support you. If I can be the person who can go through all this and then at the end of the day, never lose focus of what I want to be and get there, I feel when people look at me, they might say, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. And no matter how hard life gets, happiness can be found even in the darkest of time if one remembers to switch on the light.